Ella?
No, I think it's
Return of the Goddess is on.
One of them in Atlanta. What was in Atlanta?
Zabe.
Okay.
Rick G, Return of the Goddess is on. Don't say something to her.
Oh, Marina. Hey, Marina. I hope your mom feeling better. I know if you had somebody there with her, you'd be right here with us.
She slid through.
Yo,
big up
thank
Marina.
you. Thank you for what you bought me. I'm gonna tear that up later. It ain't enough to share.
Everybody wondering like, what is it?
All right, so okay, guys. So we're gonna go back to just the eczema question.
Yeah.
Just repeat the eczema question. I think Goddess says bless up. Mm-hmm. So she may be in it. I'm actually, let me just type it in for her. What is it? What's it called?
EVA SA LVE. 2 words. Two words.
Evasolve. EVA. Second word is SALVE.
I'm right, Jay, right?
For eczema.
And he named that after the sister that he met.
I don't even think I'm spelling eczema right.
Eczema.
Shannon said, "What's up?" She's Lachey.
Oh, what's up, Lachey?
Yeah. She probably give me the side eye because you don't
okay.
know. All right. So it was another question. BX, somebody, he actually is not in the room, but he'll probably go back and watch the live. Can you guys go through how to get the shirts again?
The shirts will be available at blackandnobel.com. You can also go there and click the link as soon as you go to the page, and the book. You can pre-order the book right from blackandnobel.com. It takes you right to the link. That way, when it comes in February, you'll be the first to get it. We're going to come up with something with the shirts. It's only limited editions.
For now, yeah.
For now, we'll have, I say by tomorrow, you can log on to blackandnobel.com because he just got here. I haven't seen G since the event. Yes, we talk all the time. Big up the WhatsApp, because you can talk to people all over the world. So we rap all the time. And this is a special day because we're reliving the moment.
And another reunion mine, as I was traveling through Honduras, in America, I got a phone call from a brother who I met in Atlanta, like one of these, a chef. So he told me, I'm in Honduras and I'm at the airport, such and such and such, and for some reason there's the person that was supposed to bring him out there, the situation that they put him in, it was, how somebody people say, I got the hookup here, and then when you get there, humming. Yeah, you ain't hooked up at all. So I'm like, yo, I live not too far from the airport. I'm gonna send my driver to get you.
Yeah.
So we get to my crib, he get to my house, we talk. I'm like, what's up, what's good? So both of them. And this is something that I learned. Never bring nobody to somebody just because they say they good. Because I'm the type of brother, since I don't lie. If you tell me something, I take it for what it's worth. I treat you the way I feel, the way I expect you to treat me the way I treat them.
Exactly.
So if you tell me this, it's this. So he told me, oh, I know Dr. Sebi, this, and this. So I'm thinking I'm bringing Dr. Sebi a surprise. So we get to my crib, then we head to Usha. We get to Usha, Dr. Sebi's upstairs, and Usha now, from the time they see my truck, they already know. Just open the gate, I'm working with Doc. We get there, we go upstairs, and I introduce Dr. Sebi to the two brothers. Well, this is one of the brothers right here, Atun. So we get there, and Dr. Sebi, when he meet men, it's always, how you doing? It was a lady, he give him a smile, give him his t-shirt. Yeah, you know that. You see the two brothers, and I'm like, but this time he was extra cold. So I'm like, damn. So he met Atun. He said, nice to meet you, brother. And then he met the other person. I'm not going to say his name. He met the other person, and he was just like, You think I don't remember you, motherfucker? You think he says there's two type of people in this world. Dead people and people that's alive. You need to be one of the dead people. He said, over here in Usha, we make heads roll. And I'm like, I never seen them fuck up like that.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, and I was like, Doc, what's good? And he said, nah, this guy owes me, I think, $9,000 and he stayed here. He just went on it. So I'm like, damn, I done brought enemies into the house. So Doc told me, the other guy was taller than him. He said, the short, light-skinned guy, I like his energy. But he's with the devil, and you can't bring them. You can't bring them here no more. So I'm like, okay. I took them back to my crib. At this point, I'm tight. So I told the other guy, look, I told him, you can stay, but you gotta roll. So the other one left. So then I'm talking to Atum, and so he's cooking for me in my house. So me, my wife, we eating. And I'm like, God damn, this food tastes good. And I'm not even asking is it alkaline, because at this point I don't care. It's good as hell. So then I said, yo, he said, yeah, it's all alkaline, bro. He took everything in my crib, threw it out. I'm like, oh, shit. I just did shopping. He said, nah, you need to do this. So he replaced everything in my crib. And then I'm like, Dr. Sebi need to taste your food. He has to taste this food because this is ridiculously good. So he made, I forgot what you made. I bought the doc.
Oh, it was brownies first.
Oh,
I made the brownies.
He always talks about it, bro. Yeah.
I asked him one of my Tywa when he asked you, Tywa, how did you like it? And she said,
Yeah, Tywa was 4 years old. Tywa was 4 years old.
that's right.
So Dr. Sebi tastes this food, and Dr. Sebi said, who made this? I said, the brother you kicked out. You know, I told you to, I said, yeah, but, and prior to that, the night before, Atum and I did a testimonial at the Usho village, but at nighttime. I didn't bring him with, nobody could see him. So I told him, you're a good dude. Doc need people around you like this. I'm gonna make it happen. And he said, nah, man, that man was mad with you. I said, yo, he's mad, but he's fear. So, Doc takes the food. Doc said, I gotta meet him again. I took a picture of you that day. So Doc said, G, you know I don't like nobody traveling with us while we doing our thing, because I don't want nobody saying that they was connected to me if their food is not what it's supposed to be. But that brother need to travel with us.
Wow.
That brother need to travel
right
with
there.
us.
That brother.
He said that brother need to travel with us. So I'm like, I got some good news for you. You're gonna go on the tour with every city. That's why the latest flyer, he's on them. But it wasn't until the Chicago, New Orleans, when I told you give me your flyer so I could put it on the flyer so that it could be there.
Right.
So like and I told him about this a couple of days ago, and he made it here to Virginia, to Philly. So I appreciate you coming, bro. Real talk.
Yes.
Always
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Always good. And he's a real humble brother. He deal with with what's the R&B artist that you work with?
Jill Scott,
He's all of their nutritionists.
Yes.
Alcatrition.
Alcatrition. My bad.
Yeah, I created my own word, just like they did.
Yeah. We all need that.
We got it. It's for us.
Yeah.
It's for us.
So we got a question from Excelemental Healing. Sorry, sis, if I jack your name up.
This say X.
Right. Want to give her a shout out. All right. So she mentioned, what was his deepest desires, but we'll talk about that in the book. But
I can answer that real quick.
Okay.
He wanted to be a musician. He wanted to be. He's a jazz. You can't go to his house and don't listen. It's jazz playing from the time you get there to the time you leave. That he wanted to be a musician.
It's part of a healing.
I have a question.
So, question, her last question, which was interesting, is what was next for him?
What was next? Africa. We was planning on going to Africa. We had a meeting with the president of Tanzania, Kikwete. I actually sat. I got a picture of that on my Instagram when they sent, because being that Nelson Mandela kicked them out of Africa, he finally got the invite back to Africa. So next for him was Africa, because Africa got some herbs right now that can't touch none of the herbs that's here in the United States.
Wow.
Just one second.
Go
Victor
ahead.
Bowman is in the room.
Victor Bowman, what's up? That's Dr. Sebi, second to youngest son. The youngest son name is David. He was he's the third youngest son.
He resembles Dr. Sebi, like.
And this brother, when Victor came to Usha, I'm sitting with Doc, and he came and said, "Doc, this your son." So we all looking at him, and I said, "Doc, that's you, a splitting image in you." Doc, he started laughing, ha, ha, ha. All right, put him in one of the rooms, and when the DNA come back, then he's one of my sons. So DNA came back. I think that's the only one that came back 100. It's 99.9. So shout out to Victor. He's in Seattle right now, and he's actually studying the herbs, and he was somebody who started learning herbs from the time Doc took him under his wing. So good brother right there. I speak to him all the time. Yes, sir.
Who was the son that we met in DC?
That I believe he has a son in DC. He went over to his place.
Dr. Sebi has 29 kids.
Yeah.
29
After
kids.
being
I know
impotent
about.
without being on the herbs.
And grandkids and great grandchildren too.
I know personally. Sasa, Sama, Usha, Wiwa, Victor,
Seymour.
yeah.
I know his grandson in LA too.
You had a question?
What's his son? Philip?
Isaiah.
Isaiah?
Yeah.
Isaiah. I actually reached out to
Dietary Solutions on
I
Instagram.
reached out to him, but I just wanted, because I got some information for him, but I guess I was one of the regular fans reaching out. He don't know who I was.
I got his number.
Yeah, tell him I got some information.
All right, no
You had
doubt.
a question?
Yes, I did have a question. With all the controversy surrounding his death and
Yes,
so
sir.
forth, and being as though he mentioned in his previous videos that the government would come out looking for him or
Yes, sir.
trying to arrest him or what have you,
Yes, sir.
from this point going forward, knowing everybody in this room that knows about Dr. Sebi and everything that we know, how do you see us going forward as far as carrying on his legacy?
Okay. First and foremost, let me just touch that about his death. Can't go too deep, right? Okay. If you think that a man that could cure herpes, AIDS, lupus, died of pneumonia, I got some sand in the desert I want to sell you guys.
Right.
He
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
I thought you were done.
He did not die of pneumonia. He definitely was poisoned. Okay, I'm getting
Next question. We're going to get off that question. All right.
moving forward.
Moving forward.
Moving forward
Right.
part. Like I said in the beginning, everybody who was blessed enough to meet this man and whatever you learn from him, like me, I'm passing on anything that I know, not that I think. Anything that I don't know, I ask people who know. Just be real. Just be real. Anything that you know about Dr. Sebi, you know about healing, and don't think he's the only person that was able to heal. So if you know something that can help our community, because he never wanted to say I healed. He always say we healed, the black community. So black community, let's treat each other like family. Just because you don't know somebody, don't think they whack or they don't know what they're talking about because you don't personally know them. So anything you can do, whatever you can do to help us as a whole, let's go ahead and do it. That he would have loved that.
Dig it. Thank you.
Because he used to hate the fact when you go to Africa, if you go to Africa, if somebody's Zulu and somebody is a different tribe, they don't want to mix, even though they both black. In America, if you like her, she like you, you ain't gonna ask her who your grandmother, who your grandfather.
Right.
So he said we was ahead of the pack because of that. So let's just keep that going. Like our forces in our unity.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Documentary.
If we did want to go to Honduras, like how do you go about that?
American Airlines, Delta.
I'm like, nah, like getting in the village.
His family said that she drove.
Lisa left. I never flew to Honduras. She would drive from Atlanta to Honduras.
Like,
I
who
mean,
would
she
you?
had to drive through Mexico.
Yes, you drive right through Mexico.
And then you hit
Go to
something
Houston, Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
my question is,
Hold on. So you're saying Lisa left eye drove from?
Lisa left
all the time.
This is
But she died in a car accident, right?
yes, she
Yeah.
did.
In Honduras.
She died in Honduras, but she didn't.
That's another story. But
I know to get there you can travel by any means, but how do you, the village, Usha village, like how do you contact? How do you? Yeah.
okay.
So you can go to Sama Bowman, Sama Usha Village on Facebook.
Okay.
She's right in Usha. She'll be able to let you know how many. Some people go through drsebiselffood.com, but you could go directly to her and she'll know. We got 3 huts available or no huts. It's a direct connect. Yes, sir.
I don't know if you can speak on this. However, there's a lot of controversy.
I would
surrounding
love to talk on it.
this. Hopefully D shakes his head yes.
No, he's not here.
Oh, sorry, he's not here. But anyway, with all the controversies out of the LA office, did he give any insight on should we buy the herbs from the LA office? Shouldn't we buy the herbs from the LA office? Or can you expound on that?
You saying don't answer or no?
All right, no answer.
Can I touch
Okay.
it a little bit? I won't go far.
All right. It's instructed not to go into that. All right, next question.
You do have a question.
Controversial and, you know.
All right, well, I have a third question.
It implicates too many people.
A third.
We got a great question
I'll put it-
from Alicia Author.
Oh, yes.
We have a great question
I'm
from
getting back to
Alicia
you.
Author.
Okay.
She says, where can we pre-order the book and when is it set to be released? Any quiet in the room?
Or you could go to Dr. Sebi book. Dr. Sebi book. Dr. Sebi book on Instagram, and the link is right there.
Sebi drink you drinking?
My brother Tyson just gave it to me, and it tastes good as hell.
That is iced tea. That is hemp.
Hemp. Oh wow.
And it's beet. It's sweetened with beet sugar, so it's healthy.
Okay.
It's really Swiss. Shout out to C Swiss. And I know he wants to drink it straight down, but it's not going to. Because it's very thirst quenching.
I like that you know me. Can I go back to his question a little bit? No?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, can I answer it without, huh?
without implicating yourself anymore, I guess I should
No, I'm
speak
not.
for you in that way.
No. Dr. Sebi Herbs and at Dr. Sebi Cell Food, they've been the same people who made him while he was alive.
Just move close.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, the same people that made those herbs when he was alive are making it now. So if they work for you then, they're gonna work for you now. The only thing is the only difference between those herbs right now is that Dr. Sebi's not here anymore.
And then my last question. I'm sorry. Last and I'm done. Go ahead.
Add on to that. Now, what is you the person who's taking it are more powerful than the herbs itself. So it's what you believe.
80% mental.
Dig it.
It's
Dig it.
He used to always say,
He didn't make the herbs. He just provided
The formulas.
he used to always say healing is 80% mental. If you believe you can heal yourself, the mind is powerful. You could say that this is not hot. It could be like those monks walking on fire. The mind is powerful.
Yes, it is.
If you believe, because can I tell a story about Willie Williamson?
It's in the book.
So it's in the book.
So we got a great question from Shan Sharice. She says, what emotions did you experience while putting the book together?
Actually, I was on an emotional roller coaster. All my highs were high, all my lows were low. I don't know why. when I touched the part about my sister and what we did for my sister, it always choked me up because, and that's a happy emotion, believe it or not, because she wouldn't be here right now. These people already gave us a grievance counselor. She was already, when we went to the doctor, they was already expecting us to say she passed away, so we stopped her, what you call it. And when she walked in, they looked at her like a ghost. And so
Regenerated our whole system.
So I relived it. I relived all my happiness, all my sadness, when I was surprised, like first time I saw Doc run up in the back of Usha, they got some mountains. The first time I seen 80-something-year-old man run up the mountain, like, I don't know if I could even say that. I don't know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But them mountains are huge too.
Yeah.
What was that herb that he was taking out of the 13
I could tell him this. It's not even an herb. Watermelon. Because let me tell you. Listen, I told Doc, you sure that's your son? That his last son, Doc was 80-something, and little David was 8 months. I'm like, Doc, you sure she ain't just trying to play the huggy dog? No man don't look like you. But when the DNA kit, it was his son. So now he has all my attention. I'm like, Doc, what you doing to, because if you, a little man, he looking right.
It's life.
Okay.
It's life.
If you ever go to Dr. Sebi's house in the morning, anybody who's been to Usha will tell you. He would tell you, how you doing, Doc? Man, I woke up, my dick is hard, I'm happy. I'm happy. So I was like, so what is it that you do at 80-something? Watermelon, the green part, the rind, seeded watermelon, not the one with no seed. Seeded watermelon, that's pure iron. The part that we throw away, they laugh at us. That's why when the Africans came and they was giving them chicken and rice, stuff that we don't eat, and when the Africans saw watermelon, started eating it because they knew it was alkaline. But they try to make us feel funny about liking watermelon because it's good for us.
It's crazy they tell us to throw away that part to not eat.
You throwing away iron.
Right.
You cannot make Viagra. You can't make Viagra as strong as that iron. Doc will cut the.
Go ahead. I don't want to try to ask a question.
Doc will cut the red part out and give it to the kids and eat that rind like an apple. So at first I was like I tasted. I'm like, I ain't eating that. So it's very bitter.
Right.
So
Bitters is good.
So I was like, I said, you know what? I'm gonna try it. So I ate it for about maybe 3 days. Like the fourth day, I got with my lady, and she was like, did you take anything? And I was like, nah. It was like energy that was just out of nowhere. Like I eat that shit like an apple now, like
Rise
every
up.
day.
Watermelon rind, y'all.
Watermelon rind.
Yes.
Watermelon rind.
Juice like you can juice it. Well, he would know.
Most of your nutrients are found in the rind. You still have some in the red part. Most of everything is found in the nutrients. Just like,
Is there a watermelon rind juice?
Yeah.
you get it?
Right, no, I like
So I'm good.
How I eat it, I bite the red part, then I bite the rind.
Love that brother right
Bite the
there,
red
man.
part, bite the rind. Yeah, I eat. I put them. Oh, you do? Okay. Out there, organic though.
I hear it tastes like pepper.
Papaya milk. That's
You could grind them up like a pepper.
So G,
Yes, sir.
so we're gonna like the last 20 minutes. Can you see how we did the ask on that video?
The what?
The ask.
Okay.
We did the ask on the video. So basically, whoever asks the next couple questions, we're gonna try to steer them more towards what the reason for the campaign, and it's only there's actually only 15 days left. No.
You see, you should do shit like that.
16 days. No. It's your book. No. Don't. I'm saying, but you, the girl asking about, because she wants, She basically wants to know that it's a real book, because most people that read books, they want to know that the authors put in their real emotions into it, not just me and
I thought that's
Sebi.
why we were doing this.
Yes.
But y'all talking about facts. It's a lot of facts. It's a lot of information. It's a lot of who did it and stuff like that. But it's it's right.
It's a page turner.
Right, but it's not enough of you in it. You see what I'm saying? It's cool. It's cool. But this last ending is more or less like, here's the reasoning for the book, the reason why I did it. Now, everybody else has their reasons. I want to read it. He want to read it. We all want to read it for different purposes. But why did you write it? You see what I'm saying? That's the question that everybody wants to know. And that is the push. Right, because you're saying that I heard things from Sebi that nobody would believe. You know what I'm saying? So basically,
we got him on video telling me everything I'm saying.
So you're the guy. You're him. You're the guy. Not Sebi.
Shit,
You're
let me bring my
Mr.
laptop.
Nah, you're Mr. G. You're the guy. Huh? Yes, you need it. Definitely. Yeah.
You feel me?
Right. You good? You want me to give you the whole thing? Oh. All right. So we about to go back. No, but the reason why I didn't want to do that is because other people are watching. The non-friends.
Yeah, of course.
No, I'm talking about authority.
Oh,
You said the whole.
How y'all doing?
No. I'm saying we could do it, but we can't do it on here because they use this to say, oh, such and such said. It's like, wait, we don't know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying? So I know. It's two different sides. You don't want to be in court like this and shit.
Great.
Huh?
This
No,
is
killing
like
it.
overboard,
No, killing
for
it.
real.
Killing it.
Right.
You're killing it.
Is that
So-
I'm living within my truth, so it's easy for me.
So
Say
since
that shit.
since you
He's
live in,
basically saying you gotta give yourself some.
You see what you just said?
Yeah.
That's
You know,
the
I'm used to being
tagline.
behind the scenes with the camera.
Right.
This is new for me.
right.
I think
You asked me a question.
and it's more like a conversation.
You're doing a fantabulous job.
Question, right.
Like, yo,
Right.
bro, like, as far as me being on camera,
The story about the herbs at the airport, that's enough. That'll sell the book. Because I just got my license.
Right.
I'm licensed. I'm
Right.
not licensed to.
you can travel with that?
Yeah, I'm not. No, only in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
I'm not licensed to a smoker, but I have the license to deliver as a delivery person to patients.
We at Houston Airport.
You got an international weed card.
That's heavy.
TSA.
That's diplomat.
Diplomatic immunity.
He didn't show it. He just took it out to the lady. I'm ready to go to jail. I'm ready to go to jail. They came back, gave it to him, and gave him back the weed. I never saw it. He just took it out of here. And
Oh, I got you.
Q is a cucumber.
I know we spoke off camera, but if you could tell the people, or if you feel like mentioning, are you going to try to touch on or kind of like correlate your book with the documentary that Nipsey Hussle is trying to take off the ground?
It's so funny. Nipsey Hussle people reached out to my people. They found out that I have document of Dr. Sebi speaking of the day he got arrested and the day he got out. He broke down how he won the case. I have that from day one from A to Z.
Because essentially that's what basically Nipsey was talking about on Breakfast Club, that he wanted to focus on the case only and not so much his beginning or his end, but just the case only.
And how Nipsey Hussle caught a little bit of flack because he reached out to
The last wife.
my tune instead of my eye.
Right.
My eye was Dr. Sebi co-defendant in that same
Right,
case.
right.
She was right there.
So why not have her
Why
involved?
not her? So, and the whole, can I keep talking? I keep
Yeah.
So even the whole Dr. Sebi, how he beat the case, he simplified that to me. I was like, Doc, how the hell, out of 2,000, you're the only one who beat the case? He was like, they asked him, he was being arrested for practicing medicine without a license. he proved that he didn't practice medicine without a license. Everything that he had to fight to cure you from AIDS is alkaline. So when they looked through his the herbs, they found out that it was not one chemical in there.
Wow.
So that he beat that right there. So then they said, okay, but you claim, so what are the people they killed? They told him to bring one person of everybody he killed. So he claimed 9 diseases that he cured. So they told him to bring one person from each disease. He brought back 77. It was actually 180, but they only let 77 in the court.
Wow.
So,
see, facts.
and this is, I'm not saying what I say. I'm going, this is public record.
Facts.
This is public record. And instead of United States, can I keep talking? Or?
Yeah, man. About that is good.
Okay, good. So instead of the United States saying that herbalists beat the Supreme Court of New York, proving he can cure AIDS, they put a little ass ad in the paper, and then they fabricated a story saying that Tawana Brawley got raped to have our attention on that, instead of the fact that the United States just lost a court case.
That is blew my mind just now.
So later on in life, they found out Tawana Brawley
lied.
Said, no, they told me to say it, and it was the overshadowed that case.
But
that
Dr. Sebi did.
So when you get the exposure.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Tawana Brawley was fact. Tawana Brawley case was done because it overshadowed Dr. Sebi's winning of his court case. Deep.
He got the one-on-one.
If you look at the corner, they got Mr.G videos and all of that.
So, my question is, what made you want to put this particular book out?
Speaking to a lot of brothers like this, and in Virginia, Honduras, because everybody couldn't get close to Dr. Sebi, and I didn't notice how private he was until now. So I feel like I was talking to my brother, and he was like, yo, you really need to put that out because you can't go and tell the whole world about everything you're doing. And he's saying, you got proof, everything you're saying. Dr. Sebi, you got video of Dr. Sebi saying the same thing. Why not? There's a lot of people saying that they work with Dr. Sebi, a lot of people saying all this Dr. Sebi stuff. And I'm not saying that they didn't. I'm just telling you my chapter with Dr. Sebi. Period. Not taking away from anybody, not giving anybody anything, but I'm just saying my chapter with Dr. Sebi. Like that, I want the work because I feel blessed.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of people who losing family with lupus thinking that it can't be cured. I worked with a brother for a year and a half. Every time when he met me with Dr. Sebi in New York, I'm like, damn, they act like they know each other. It wasn't until afterwards he told me, Dr. Sebi cured me of AIDS 14 years ago.
Wow. I'm
like, what? Like, it's just a whole, he have a lot of people, that's why if you look at any testimonies of him, not too many people tell him what he did for them. So with this book, I'm hoping.
Why don't you think?
I can say why? Yeah. Okay. Well, a lot of people don't talk about, but Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had a nanny that had lupus. She was one of the first ones Doc cured. Doc stayed with Michael Jackson for 8 months. Because Randy, I believe, went to Dr. Sebi's house and told him that Michael wanted to see him. So Michael Jackson had some headache or some cold, he cured in like 10 minutes. So Michael Jackson didn't let him leave. 8 months, he would pay Dr. Sebi to be there for 8 months.
Wow.
So it wasn't until Dr. Sebi couldn't find nothing else wrong with Michael Jackson. He said, I gotta go because I got a business to run. So there's a lot of that in the book that you're gonna, like stories that he told.
Excellent.
And thing, a lot
You
of
got a
people
question?
asking.
What's your question?
Yeah, a lot of people asking where can they get it from. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, right here. You got it?
That's the book. Right there. That's the Dr. Sebi book by Mr.G.
Yeah, so we're putting together this campaign right now. So what we're trying to do, I'm trying not to go directly to Amazon, or I'm trying to do everything by us. That's why I'm reaching out to our people, because Doc was like that. Bolingo, Udara, he built a lot of hustle people with money that he got from our people. So I'm just trying to do that so that we can sell off of wherever we want to sell it with. We have full control of this book. That's one of the main reasons I'm doing that.
What effect did Black and Nobel have on Sebi and on you?
Oh my God. Black and Nobel actually showed me that it was unity amongst us brothers.
Facts.
That's something that they said that wasn't, if you don't find that in America. Black and Nobel showed that to be a lie. In less than a month, I was able to meet these brothers, and these brothers actually put together a group of people, and it was probably people, when we was leaving, it was people still coming that day. I like, they said, we missed that. Like, yeah, we on our way to New York now. So Black and Nobel, I really, and what I love most about these brothers is that they humble. I'm hearing about Professor Griff, Dr. Umar Johnson, Brother Polite. I'm looking at all these old videos, and I'm seeing Black and Nobel. And I'm like, I wonder if that's the same brothers. And then I see Hakeem, I'm like, get the hell out of here. These are the same people that brought me and Dr. Sebi to Philly. So I was humbled by your humbleness.
And that's what it's about.
Yeah, man.
Real recognize real. And we're not the planners of it.
Yeah.
So it happened because it was supposed to happen. And it's still happening.
Even your phone calls. I don't know if you know how much it means to me when you tell me, now, brother, go ahead, do your thing. I actually feel like I spoke to Dr. Sebi every time we talk. It puts like fuel in my fire. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. And the energy is probably the ancestor himself, still moving around. He's right there with us right now. So to me, that's eternal life. You know, it's not somebody up in the sky.
Can I mention this real quick? It's about the first case. So you know how we sell our CMOS gold. That's our brand. That's our, our baby, because of teachings from Dr. Sebi. But our partner, Sister Omi, that really showed us how to, like what it really does. Like Sister Omi, that was my partner. She was in the office, in Sebi's office, for the first raid.
Yes.
So she saw it from her perspective, and she used to always tell us how she felt, and that was her reason to keep pushing hard with the CMOS, because that's what, at that time, that's what she was doing.
That was 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
And it's so cool.
She's not with us anymore.
Yeah.
She's an ancestor as well. So
it's so cool that you guys is pushing CMOS, because Doctors always talk about CMOS. He said that iron is a spark plug to the body, but CMOS have all of the minerals that you guys need. Like when he was fasting, all he did was drink CMOS. That was it. He said he could have went a year if you wanted to.
That's right. That just clarifies for people that fast. They always ask us. We get those questions all the time. Can you still eat CMOS while you're on a fast? When you break CMOS down, when it breaks down, it's a liquid anyway. So you can actually, use it on a fast. You don't have to eat it as a solid and think that you're eating a food. You can soak it and let it break down and just drink the water, and it'll still give you that same.
But if you put a banana in it, you ain't fast enough.
That's what makes you think so, okay?
Somebody wanted to know with CMOS being the book.
Yeah, CMOS Gold, of course, is one of our sponsors.
All right, I want to ask the brother a question then, because I've been on this journey for like 5-6 years now, and I understand that there's some tad bit of controversy with types of CMOS. Can you explain the type of CMOS you have as opposed to the CMOS like the Angel brands and things like that they're selling in some of these stores?
I'm not a person to bash other brands of CMOS.
Okay.
Because it's all from the Most High. and it's a reason for all of it. Wow. The brand that we use, I know for a fact that I swear, I've seen, we've pulled straight cold hustlers off the street who don't know nothing else, and they get that first taste, and they sit there and look at you crazy and say, I don't know what this just did to my body, off of the first taste. So we know that Sea Moss Gold has exactly what God meant for us to put in our bodies.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of other, I don't want to say brands, types, but there are other climates, there are other locations, and other places that it's sea moss. It's a sea vegetable. It grows in the sea. The type that we specifically has, we know works for what our people need and want in their lives. You know, we've seen it heal from impotence to just, you know, one thing that you hear about in America is the addiction to pills and prescription drugs. Anybody that takes prescription drugs, you're constipated. Keep it real with all of us. Keep it real with yourself. You're constipated because that's what a lot of the pills do. And the sea moss just helps you clear out a lot of the toxins that you have in your body. So no matter what, even if you just take a pill a week, you need sea moss.
So you're gonna have pills and you're gonna have pill form too?
Well, yeah,
I'm sorry.
We basically focus on the raw and the gel. People are really blending it with bladderwrack and different things like that. But what we try to promote through what we do is having the raw of anything, like you were just saying about the watermelon.
It's the best.
Yeah, and you can make all kind of things from it. We got real creative, and we even created a small gold soap.
Wow.
So we
because
got
it regenerates your organs, so your skin is your biggest organ.
It's your biggest core, right?
So to answer the question about the difference, the Irish moss and the one that we have, there is a difference. A lot of people in the Caribbean cook it, you know, where you boil it down. It's tough. It's a tougher sea algae, but the particular one that we have is the Yucama or the Condis crispus, which Dr. Sebi always talked about, where you can just soak it and then blend it, and then you could get creative after that without putting fire to it. Because in the Caribbean, I know from my grandparents and everybody, they boil it down for hours. They add flaxseed and Arabic gum and all these different things to it. But the one we have, you could just soak it, and that's all you do, and go from there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Another thing is, we as black people, we seem to underestimate how brilliant we can be. Like my first week in Usha, just hanging out with Dr. Sebi, there was a brother there, his arm, he got there, his arm was stiff like this. He couldn't move it. He hasn't moved it for, I think it was about 4 months, his girlfriend said. So he's walked in, like his arm was just like this, like a, no. So Dr. Sebi gave him some herbs, gave him the guaco, gave him, you know, stuff to start on him. About a week in, that arm was about the size of your leg probably. It was like, so his girl come up to Dr. Sebi, like, you MF, what you did to my man, and this, and that. So you remind me a lot of him. That's how he listens to people, just like that. Cursing him out, he just like this. So she's telling him this and that, and he didn't engage with her. So she said everything she had to say, and then after she walked out, I'm like, Doc, you ain't gonna say nothing? Because I'm on that Brooklyn bullshit. So she left, and then he told Chapita, go tell her that he's gonna be okay. So after she calmed down, the lady came back. So now he's telling her, can I talk now? And then he was like, how did his arm look when he got here? And she was like, it was stiff, but it wasn't big like that. She said, he asked her, did you touch his arm? And she was like, no, do me a favor, go touch his arm and tell me, and before, so she went and touched his arm. When she came back, before she could tell him that it was like Jello, he was like, it was soft like a water balloon, right? And then he said, all the plaque that had it stiff is turning into mucus now, so it's gonna swell up. Is he using the bathroom every 20 minutes? And she was like, yeah. Anytime he uses the bathroom, his arm is gonna get smaller. He's gonna be fine. Don't talk to me like that again, please. Wow. 3 weeks later, my man was walking around, no problem. He had full mobility in his right arm again.
Dig it.
But had he and I told him, Doc, why didn't you scream back or tell her to get out? Or, he was like, no, she's just programmed different because she's coming from the United States. Had I been a white man with blue eyes, his arm could have been bigger than both of us. They wouldn't say anything. But being that I look like her, I look like somebody that probably her father, grandfather, she feel free to talk to me anyway because she don't expect this to work. So I say all of that to say, just believe in each other.
Dig it. Dig it. We needed this. For sure. We needed this. That's for damn sure.
So it was a question about where to get the sequence. Health to Balance. Somebody named Health to Balance.
BlackandNobel.com.
Where could we purchase the CMOS?
Go to BlackandNobel.com or CMOSGold.com. Or they can download the app.
That's my cousin Nilda. I'll tell you later. Come to the plug. Yo, and it's so funny how Nilda, Health to Balance, she's actually, because I know all of my mother family from Honduras. My dad family, I don't really know all of them, but she's one of the ones I do know. So her family, my auntie Thelma, my uncle Gonsu, you go to their crib, it's Thanksgiving there all the time. Anytime we go there, pork chops. So I see she's actually the second oldest, I believe. Yeah, the twins are older than her. Yeah, so she got brothers and sisters like younger than her. So when I seen her at an event, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, damn. If my cousin was younger and slim, she would look like her.
Yeah, but
She's like, hey, cuz. I'm like, oh. She's following the alkaline diet and excellent.
Oh.
She looked amazing.
So I got a question for you. Since you actually was with Dr. Sebi a lot,
Yes.
did you take on his philosophies, his ideologies as far as how to eat, what to eat,
Yes. Yes.
on everything?
No, not on everything.
Okay.
I'm human.
Right.
Like, I would eat in front of him. I was the most alkaline person in the world. But well, I can say this about his eating
Let's
habits.
just say black don't crack.
Black
But
don't
it's
crack.
49.
Right.
Yeah.
Looking
Can I say
30.
this?
Yeah.
Health as well.
Can I say my philosophy on that type of thing?
So real quick,
all of us on the bandwagon.
He gave me something that helped me out to this day. Whatever you weigh, just for anybody out there, whatever you weigh, if you divide it in half, like if you weigh 200 pounds, divide that in half, drink 100 ounces of water, you will regulate the pH balance in your body. So if you do eat anything you ain't supposed to be eating, at least your pH balance is balanced and you hydrated. Because people don't get sick, they be dehydrated.
Well, that was my point about people's diets and trying to stay alkaline and everything. We do live, like we're on South Street. If they wouldn't have brought food down here,
We wouldn't have nothing to eat.
Sister Safari didn't have any food down here. It's no real alkaline thing down here. So my thing is cleanse. Just take some time to cleanse. You don't have to stick to the script so much. That's why we have CMOS. That's why bladder, the black seed bitters and things like that. Because you try to be an entertainment and be on the road,
Right.
and or down here on South Street, you try to make a living and all that. It's not that you're going to get alkaline all the time, but if you're smart enough to eat something, smart enough to take some time to cleanse yourself.
Hello.
You take showers every day, right?
Hello. Facts.
You take dumps, right?
Facts.
So,
All facts. I'm in agreement. So you talk to
another-
the public, but I'm in agreement.
And another thing, just because it don't say alkaline don't mean it's not alkaline. When you buy water, read the label. If the pH balance says 7.0 and higher, is alkaline. Alkaline is, the name alkaline is owned by a lot of people, so they can't put alkaline water. But just because they don't say alkaline water, don't mean it's not alkaline water.
And key lines alkaline.
Yes.
If it's 7.0 and higher, that's alkaline water. If it's past 7.8, if it's 10.0, that's fabricated out. But distilled water, distilled water, those gallons that people think is expensive,
Real water.
Real water. Dig it.
8.0. Yeah, so make sure y'all go to the website to get this too, because it's available.
Dig it.
Thank you. And
yes, sir.
So the question is coming from the question is coming from Dawn Jones.
I can't hear you.
So the question is coming from Dawn James. Dawn James asks, what is the Bolingo Dimension?
The Bolingo Dimension is an organization that Dr. Sebi was put in. Actually, Marina, who was supposed to be, was going to be here today, she was actually the president of the Bolingo Dimension. It was something that Dr. Sebi was putting together. It was going to start off in Africa. It was going to start off in Africa, where he was building healing centers all over the United States.
that's pop-ups.
He spoke to Lisa Left Eye family. Shout out to Wanda, her mother, and her sister Raina, Raindrop. So Bolingo he couldn't do it under Dr. Sebi's cell food, so that was something aside he was doing that to heal the world. Bolingo. Yeah, Bolingo. It first was Urua, then he changed it to Bolingo. Yeah, so he based everything out of Africa. Yes, sir.
I have another question for you, Mr. G.
Yes, sir.
Because you're around him so much, are you aware, or are you privy to anybody who took on his knowledge of how to make the herbs?
Yes.
Is that in the book? Or can you just speak on it?
I can speak on it?
Okay.
Chipita's a whiz. She's in Usha right now. She made the any herbs you get from Usha. Actually, in the LA office, he have the same people that's been making the herbs since he was alive are making the herbs now. So yes, and a lot of his, the mix master, I like to call her, is my aunt.
Fig Tree.
Fig Tree. Up in New York, right?
In New
She's
York.
based out of New York.
And big up the sister IDO from Brooklyn as well.
Yeah, and a lot of his grandkids, like Dr. Sebi was somebody who didn't like you to go visit his house and just sit around and twiddle his thumbs. Like he would teach. It was something he would do naturally. Some of the most exciting videos I have of him was not at the lectures, was in gatherings like this.
Wow.
And I'm like, damn, I'm glad the camera was on. Like the lectures, I would hear the same thing, but at the house or wherever we was visiting, we would do Airbnb. Since we traveled so many of us, we would just rent the house, and that would be Usha Village for us.
Okay.
So in Atlanta, that's how the videos I put up, and that's just Atlanta. We went all over. So that's been nipping and picking at Atlanta, because we was just there. Like, is Ronnie DeVoe from New Edition. He was waiting to meet Dr. Sebi. We thought he wasn't going to know him. So Dr. Sebi said what's up to him, and they walked away. And then he said, Doc, you know who that was? Let's cool it now. I know. You know exactly who he was. That's the one that don't sing too much. You know exactly who the audition was. You feel me? So I got that video of them meeting backstage, and Ronnie talking about the herbs that he just bought, and he could just cross that off his bucket list because he met Dr. Sebi. And he actually came to the Wendy Williams show where I work, and that's when Belle Biv DeVoe was there. So I'm there with the camera, and he's looking at me. He said, aren't you Dr. Sebi's son? I said, nah, I used to work with him. He said, I remember you. I said, yeah. He said, I need that footage.
And then one last question. Since you have the book coming out, is it going to be a following documentary for yourself?
Actually, that's a good question, because I always think I'm the man behind the camera. Like, this is new for me. Right now, we talking, and I'm saying, damn, I would have a camera right there, one right there, and I have a mic. Like, you feel me? I'm like, how would I set this room up? So that's a good question. Like, I feel.
Let me bring it back to you. Would you think that the people would like to see something like that on a national scale?
On a personal level, yeah, because we kind of left stranded, so to speak. Because when Dr. Sebi died, even the people that was really into what he was into was basically left stranded because we was like, oh no, what do we do now, right? And so everybody, there's some people who actually seek their own knowledge and their own education, but it'll never be to the level of Dr. Sebi because we didn't go through the same things he went through in order to gain his knowledge. And he didn't actually teach nobody else that, so to speak. He just guided you in the right ways in order to learn it.
Okay,
right?
To answer your question now, everybody who's actually interested in what we're doing right now is based off of what I did with Dr. Sebi. My life outside of Dr. Sebi, I played basketball in Europe for 7 years. I played college basketball. Like, my background is basketball. So it don't have anything to do with herbs. So unless you want to know about somebody coming from the hood, getting a scholarship to play basketball in college, going overseas to play for 7 years. I got recruited by the Charlotte Hornets when they came into the league. They sent me to Europe to play. And instead of coming back or feeling like I'm in a developmental league, they gave me an offer to stay there, so I stayed in Europe to play ball. So my background don't have anything to do. It's just like going to McDonald's and asking for a Whopper. So that's why on this platform I talk about what we came to talk about.
Gotcha. I understand.
I had a question. Did Dr. Sebi speak any other languages, and did other cultures come to him for healing?
Dr. Sebi's second language was English. So Dr. Sebi learned English when he moved to the United States. He spoke strictly Spanish. He's fluent in Spanish and English.
Amen.
Did other people come from other cultures?
Actually, I saw more people from Europe in Usha than from Honduras. I saw more white people at Usha than black people. Yes, Japanese, Chinese. Actually, one of his last trips was with Muta Baruka in Jamaica.
Big up, legend.
Yeah, he had an amazing experience when in Jamaica. So yeah, from all over the world.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
What was your favorite meal that Dr. Sebi prepared?
Actually, I was just telling the brother, what I was telling him.
Me earlier.
Dr. Sebi, I liked it too. Spelt bread with some avocados mashed up.
Hey.
Sprinkle some, not agave, cayenne pepper, and lace the bread with agave.
Oh, to eat it.
He would always say, "Gee, hook me up." I already knew what that meant. You feel me?
A hood hookup, right?
Because instead of eating eggs, avocado.
Right. Right. That's the fat in this.
Yeah,
And all that. Yeah.
that was his eggs. So that
Now,
one now.
being as though, like I asked you before, what was your actual diet? Do you fall off a little bit and go towards the fishes and the chickens and things like that at times?
I try.
Because I know Dr. Sebi did mention at one point, I did hear him say, if he goes to a certain area and he wants to show gratitude, he will eat their cuisine.
Can I tell this Dr. story, Dr. Sebi iguana story? He used to eat iguana.
Really?
I'm like, Doc, that's a fucking iguana. Those are mascots.
Right.
He said he only eat grass. So that was his joke about it, but yeah, he will fall off his diet sometimes.
So is that a delicacy in Honduras?
In Honduras,
They eat iguanas?
they look at you like you crazy if you don't eat iguana in the coast.
Because you had to cleanse.
But see,
Yeah, of course.
this is the thing where I wanted to focus
back
that
to
on.
me,
Right.
I eat 3 weeks out of the month. I eat alkaline. I eat everything. But a week out of the month, I eat whatever I feel like eating. I don't overindulge in. I still don't eat pork, beef. I don't overindulge in anything like that. As far as fish, stuff like that.
Every once in a while, you do indulge.
Once a month.
Now, the reason why I asked that is because you got a lot of people online, and you have a gazillion Dr. Sebi's this, Dr. Sebi who and what, Dr. Sebi blah, 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 all on Facebook. So you have a majority of people who are like Dr. Sebi crazy people, I guess you would say. Fanatics, yeah, good word for it, fanatics. And if you get on there and you basically mention that, you know, you ate something outside of his diet plan, then you would get ridiculed for that, or you would get put off the page, or you would do this and do that. So basically, is that I'm hoping that people understand that Dr. Sebi was not always alkaline. You know, sometimes he ate outside of his plan.
He would tell you that himself.
Right. But people are not realizing that, and then people are taking his ideology to the nth degree and saying that you can't mess up. Like, you can't fall off that horse and get back on from time to time. You know what I'm saying? So my question to you is, well, I think it's a question, I think it's more of a statement. I think we need more of you out here, more of me and the rest of everybody in here, in order to get that knowledge out there and tell them that, look, you don't always have to be alkaline every single day. There's going to be some days you're going to fall off.
Yes.
Okay, you're going to fall off that horse. As long as you know how to get back on the horse the next day and keep it moving, you should be all right.
Yeah, because you could look, like I just turned 49, I'm going to be 50 next year. So I can still run. I can still jump and grab the rim. I don't overindulge in anything. I play ball with my sons, and like we look like brothers. And these are my sons. My oldest son is 29 years old. So you can tell I'm well hydrated. That's not key. Water is
right in your
so
skin.
important.
You tell your skin.
You feel me? Like if I was doing anything outside what I was supposed to do, I won't be able to sit here and feel comfortable. People staring at me like.
Don't even know you.
You feel me? So water's important, and like what you said, man, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. And the people who always trying to act like they're perfect, they be the worst ones.
The worst offenders, right? Yeah.
You cast them in the drive-through and Wendy's and all that.
Right. And the only reason why I say that is because I had told Dre 6 years ago. I don't know where Dre at now. But Dre is one of the cook here.
But one thing about Dre, when he came to my crib, he lives it.
Like he lives it. Like he's 100%. So I aspire to be like him. Right. All right. So I sometimes, like I tell everybody else, I won't go back to the chickens and the meats and all that, but I do slip up and I will eat me some French fries, or I go get me a Bertucci's pizza with no cheese and the sauce on it. So that bread and those French fries are my enemies. All right.
But to beat yourself up about it.
No, I don't beat myself up no more. I used to.
That's what the bad part is.
Right.
That, I think sometimes we might slip up and then be so beating ourselves up about it that makes you feel like shit.
Worse than what if you ate it.
Right. Doc said the worst thing you could do is not live in your truth. Right. Because you can't lie to that pillow. You can't lie to that. It's just you and your conscience. That's why I tried. That's why when I talk to you, that's why they gotta tell me what to say, what not to say, or what not to say, because I automatically just know to tell the truth. So this is new to me, like I was saying. I'm not used to being in front of the camera. I'm behind the man. You ask me a question, that's why I'm glad that he's not here. Because I would have been here going in. So,
talking about everything. Nobody would have bought the book, right?
You feel me? I would have been here going in, because that's all I know, to say what I know.
I wanted to say how I deal with that is how I learned through the reading, being around the brothers. Is that I learned that these are we got these parasites in us, and they affect our nervous system. So the decisions we're making is not us.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not you that's making the decision to go eat the French fries.
You're right.
It's not you. You're not hungry all day long.
You're right.
You're not hungry at 11 o'clock at night.
I haven't detoxed enough. Put it that way.
So all of us are always gonna have from infancy to you die. You're gonna always have.
Like he said, a lot of times is that you just need to hydrate yourself. They say that our wires are mixed up, so a lot of times when you're saying that you're hungry, you just really need to get something to drink. It's how your body is really saying that you need to drink something. So drink something first and then take it from there.
That's our mind, our program, because we so programmed in this world. Dr. Sebi had a friend, we called him Mr. Gadget. He had a box that was, you ever seen like a pair of Tim, size 10? Like half of that box is about that size. You plug in anything in that and you got electricity, you have current for like about 20 years.
Wow.
Once it was done, you take it out, put it outside in the sun for one day, and you got another 20 years. He took that, brought it to Florida. I could talk? Brought it to Florida. Took him to the, he went to the patents and all of that. They found him in his hotel dead. As an aneurysm, they say. The patent was gone, everything was gone. His brother had a second patent, but he's scared to come to the United States to do it. And this is all natural from grass. This is what we was doing in Africa. People think that those pyramids is just for, it's just there for design. Those are plant-based. That's power-based.
Power-based. Power station. Power plant.
When you drive, if you ever have the luxury of driving from New York to Honduras and you drive through Mexico by those pyramids, there's more pyramids in Mexico than there is in Africa.
Wow.
But they don't talk about those pyramids, but they're so damn huge.
Right.
When you talk about that, when you speak to a native person and when you ask them who made this, like I speak to them and I tell them, who made these, and they don't want to say nothing. I speak to them in English. They look at me like I'm a unicorn and shit. I speak to them in Spanish. Oh, yo soy de Honduras. Quiero saber cómo hicieron. Oh, de nuestros amigos de arriba. Like our friends from space. I'm like, I was in Copan, ruins of Copan. Dr. Sebi, one of the last places he took me in Honduras. We get to Copan, and I'm inside. It's like if you in Philly, right? You go down and you see another Philly. Same South Street. You go down again, another South Street. Portals.
Wow.
Portals to different cities on top of one city. So I get back upstairs. Immediately I'm thinking, I gotta get the hell upstairs. This shit gonna come crumbling down. I'm done. But I was able to go down 3 different cities in one place. So I'm speaking to the people, and I told Dr. Sebi, I got that on video. I said, Dr. Sebi, how did these people get all this shit from down there up here? He said, oh, you thinking they came from over there? And then he just looked up and started laughing. I got that on video. Marina was with me. That's why I wish Marina was here, because Marina knows some shit too.
Wow.
So
wow.
Our history is just crazy. Like if you ever go to Honduras, go to the ruins of Copan, and if you go inside the churches, if you go inside the churches, all of the what?
It's a wrap.
It's gone.
Yeah, you already knew that was going to happen.
No, I didn't.
Alkaline gonna be in the building.
What happened to Jersey? What happened to Jersey? Did that sell out?
Yeah, you're right.
600 people.
But you had chickpea salad that night. You didn't
I tell you.
I know you put mine inside, right?
Oh yeah, I ain't got.
Mr.G happy now. Look, he happy. Because I was gonna wait to the end because I wasn't hungry back then.
We got soup.
I'm about to tell you.
Oh, I ain't even realize.
There's some soup available.
Well, luckily you gave me a sample of the burger fry.
As far as what
Where?
wasn't a pyramid.
Jersey? Yeah, I'm in Jersey. I'm right over the bridge. I'm gonna see you again. You gonna stay?
I'm staying tonight.
Yeah, because he said it's the flat ones because they're not.
How you gonna make more? You got more food? I'll come early in the morning.
Sun and the moon. So could we are we calling it right, or was that a misnomer?
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Well, it's different kinds. I think the ones you talk about, it's
That's
more
called
like.
a master bar because they're stacked. It's not.
Yeah, because I think they
geometric.
said they were landing ports. That was different.
Yeah,
It's the way he's built is built, and then it's a massive platform. So it's built for spaceships to land on. That's different from energy grids, which is like this.
To produce electric.
It comes through the equinox and alignments, the frequencies, and the constellation is really light. That's how the speed of light is by connecting it. Different. That's what the clock is. All the different frequencies. So it's connecting to those different. Has what's that called? Retardation of the Earth. How it lines up with the constellations, and then that's how. Yeah, man.
Okay. Because when I went to Mexico, well, back to Copan, they got churches all around. So I go inside the church and I'm looking at all of the saints that they have, and they darker than me, all of them. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna take a picture of this. They're like, no. If you take a picture of this, we gotta close down.
Huh?
They tell all the saints. Not just the Black Madonna, all the saints. If you go to Rome,
it's in rooms, hidden.
Yeah, no, in Honduras they out.
No, I'm talking about in Rome.
Yeah. In Rome, all the priests they only all the saints they pray to that they don't let us see are black.
Mm-hmm.
So I told
the shrines. Out West Philly, 49th Street, it's a black Peter in there.
And people
took a picture of it.
When I seen it, I'm tripping because I'm like, I'm about to take a picture of it with my phone, and then the keeper there said, if you take a picture, we're gonna have to close down and just get out. And then I was like, why can't I take a picture of it? And said they don't want y'all to know how powerful you guys are. Mm-hmm. When I was in New Mexico, the pyramids out there, I was driving from Honduras to New York, and I'm seeing everybody on their way to they just walking like they in the trance and some shit. Mm-hmm. So I'm asking the guy who worked there, and he don't want to tell me nothing. So I asked him in Spanish. And then he was like, we going vamos a ver los amigos, like we going to see our friends. Like the United States know about these people coming to visit us, and they know that they look like us. So it's like, it's not until you leave the United States is when you get to find out more about you. Mm-hmm. If you go to Germany, they call them Moors. Because we brought education to them. So they look at us and they see us as powerful beings. Because we the only ones that could go somewhere else and create more of us. White people can't come among us and make more white people. We go to white people, only black people coming out. So it's like people don't know how powerful we are. And that's why
they do.
When I sit down and see all these brothers like this energy, I'm soaking this up. I'm going back like He-Man.
And this is schooling because the babies need to know because they're teaching our babies through science that what you just said, that two black people can create a white person.
Thank you.
And we know that's sitting in the
impossible. It's impossible. That's why Doc said you can't. Why would you take gorilla to a polar bear school? He always say that.
Right.
Well, the reason I came here, I've been in Philly for a while. Left, went back to Vegas. Was out there for 6 years.
Okay.
And I built a few apps. That's done well. Sold them. And the app that I build now is Mantra Broadcasting. So it's like YouTube, but it does live streaming 360 and also augmented reality.
Damn. 360 live streaming?
Streaming. You know what I'm saying? So, and I own it. So I understand. You know what I mean? What's really happening.
Truly.
So definitely gonna film a lot. I've already filmed 4 shows, and this is what this is all about. And for me to come here and actually see this and feel the energy like you feel,
yes, sir.
And understanding like I'm out here, I got soup over here selling, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And I didn't know you guys were coming, you know what I mean? The energy said do that, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I did it, and then he told me that like the day before, I was like, what? That's how God connects, lets you know you're on the right path,
The universe will tell you.
To me, that's just the chakras, one chakra, the root chakra, and then go on through all of them. But yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Here, brother.
I'm here. Let's connect. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. And this
independent media broadcasting. You know what I mean? Nobody can tell us what to do.
Black on.
Yeah.
Black on.
You know what I mean?
This reminds me when I met T.T. Torres. Everything happens for a reason. Jazzy Bell hired me to videotape her, and I videotaped her. The next day, I'm in a corporate meeting. T.T. Torres had no idea I worked at the Wendy Williams show. She had no idea. Wendy Williams' husband is my best friend. Like we work together. So we get there, and so I videotaped her. Next day, I walk into the office, and Kev is like, "Yo, we trying to put together another reality show, but using a Latina, a Spanish girl." And I was like, well, I worked with a young lady last night at Hot 97, and she seemed pretty official. Real marketable, camera friendly, very articulate. I think you should give her a call. And he said, what's her name? I said, T.T. Torres. He was like, what? I know T.T. We was in Philly and this and that. I know T.T. You got her number? I said, I could get her number. So they hooked up. So I say that to say, you never know who's around you. Because I didn't say where I worked, anything. I was just a cameraman for that day, and that was it. A Latina had an opportunity, so I brought that up. You talking about what you're doing about the you owning your own network, that's something that we all need to be on that. You get it? We all need to be on that.
That's the whole thing.
I got one.
You know.
Yeah, it's gonna cut me off in a second.
Mr. G, can you are you allowed to expound on, because you work for Wendy Williams, and there was some speculation out there that at one point Wendy Williams' son had some issues. Are you allowed to expound on that?
In the book.
In the book, okay. We'll find out in the book.
Can I just?
However, as a
save that one for the book.
As a
Can I say a little bit?
I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know of you at the time. So, but I always had speculation. Everybody else had speculation out there that Wendy Williams had some type of connection to Dr. Sebi, and that's how her son got cured of whatever illness he was going through at the time. There was speculation out there. No one knew at the time. But we all had speculation that Wendy Williams' son had to go through Dr. Sebi's village in order to get saved.
The way he did.
Facts. So,
can I just say Dr. Sebi picked him up from the airport itself?
You said it.
I did have one question. I was curious. I always saw online a lot of different people popping up with stories about how a lot of people are perpetrating Dr. Sebi's name on their products or imitating his products and not really. So could you give me any idea of how to a red flag to know when something is not genuine versus something that is genuine with all the different things that are popping up?
Like I said earlier, I'm no one to judge that. I deal with the people that I know due to my research.
It sounds like you're saying there's a lot of politics in it.
No, not at all. Because it's people that met Dr. Sebi one time and said that he taught them everything they know.
Wow.
And
I haven't met him at all.
They have a picture with him, and who am I to dispute that picture? They could stood up 24 hours because Doc was like that. Doc would sit and talk. When I met Doc the first time, we talked from, this was October 5th, 2014. We talked from 11 something in the morning to 12:45 at night.
Damn.
So Ma had to come and say, Daddy, he gotta go home.
Right.
Because she thought I was over there I'm ready, I'm trying to get out of here. She don't know, give me more. Give me more. Because being that that's her dad, she don't see how I just Googled the hell out of this man. I dissected everything that had to do with Dr. Sebi. And now I'm in front of him like this. I have a video I put up on YouTube that same day. He has on white. He's laying in the bed talking. That was the day I met him. I posted it October 6th or 7th. So his daughter come up and saw my truck outside. She said, "This man is still here? Daddy, you got Mr.G, I'm sorry." And I'm in my mind, I'm like, damn, I wanted more. But okay, I'll be back tomorrow.
Right.
So do your research, bro, because he was a teacher. He was a teacher. Especially if he felt your energy, if he didn't feel your energy, he ain't gonna say nothing to you. You think he can't hear. But if he felt your energy, he would teach you any question you ask, he would answer it to the fifth power. Yes, sir.
Good.
5 more questions? 5 minutes. I don't want to go back to New York.
Brotherly love is in the room.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. Philly. I feel like I'm home right here.
Well, I want to congratulate you for coming out with your book.
Thank you, brother.
All right, seriously, because it was a void left out there, and you kind of filled that void right now. That's why it was imperative for me to come over here today. All right, and meet you for the first time. Felt like I've been knowing you for the last 20 years at this point.
When you walked in, you scared the hell out of me. Because he's about Dr. Sebi height,
yes, I am.
Dr. Sebi build. So when he walked in, and my brother Atun walked up to him, I was like, okay, somebody else can see him. We good. I'm gonna make sure I ain't doing this. Say just like Dr. Sebi. Just like Dr. Sebi.
I'm even going live though.
The machine getting the tickets for the car. And I'm like, bro, make sure you come in to the pop-up shop.
For real, bro?
First I'm not gonna say nothing because I don't want him to think that. But then I was like, no, bro, make sure that
Yes, he did.
He was like, where do you think I'm going?
I'm going to the pop-up.
When he walked in like Doc never walked fast. He walked in like he owned this place. I was like, But then I got chills. But when I saw somebody else could see him, I was like, okay, I'm
Good. That's not Dr.
I went up
Sebi.
there,
Because he already got the green light before, so he knew it was good.
Right.
Let me
Thank
ask
you.
something, right?
Yes, sir.
So, by what he just said, right? I'm a very spiritual person. So, do you feel like Dr. Sebi comes and sees you
I just
sometimes?
told you to stop.
I believe his spirit visit me through different people.
Yeah, I see.
I've seen some stuff in Honduras that
It's unexplainable,
is
right?
unexplainable.
Right. It just happened.
I seen brothers 105 in Africa. I seen brothers 115 years old eat once a month since he was 98. Got 5 wives. Dr. Sebi boy, like, there's so much stuff we can do amongst us. But a lot of people who don't leave the country, you would never know how powerful we are because we're so programmed to how we live in the United States.
Will we ever be able to attain that living in the United States?
How about Costa Rica?
What about it?
You know, I heard that that's a good spot.
I actually been to Costa Rica about 8 times, excursion from Honduras. A lot of people go there for spiritual healing. Yes. And we're in the United States, they make it seem like we crazy if we feel we could live to be a certain age. That if we feel in Africa, they got brothers right now. You could go out to Benin, when I saw the king, they got brothers that's moving boulders without touching them. And then they wonder how the pyramids was made when they know what we can do in Africa. They got rocks in Africa right now. They don't have a diamond sharp enough to make it as sharp as they have those precision cuts that they have.
That's deep.
Never find that here in the United States.
That's deep. That's
So
deep.
with us only having a few minutes left, is there anything that you want to leave with the people?
I want to say, Russell Simmons, thank y'all for coming out.
Good night.
Huh?
We let them know if they pre-order the book through Indigo that their name will go in the book. Like
Oh, okay.
like,
Well, we can't type that in?
no, I'm just saying. So people, 'cause
So-
they might not understand.
So if you pre-order the book, can I say it on mine?
Absolutely.
Pre-order the book. Your name will be featured in the book if you
So
pre-order
the
the book.
link is in the bio, right?
Yeah, I've already typed it in.
Okay, so you guys go to the bio, you can pre-order the book, and your name will be what as a salute
No,
to
no,
them.
no. I got you live here. I just wanted to show you the page.
Okay, where is that?
So you
scroll
talking
through.
his page.
Yeah.
Okay, so my journey with
Yeah. So basically, some of them don't know. Like if they wait for the book to come out. Then
okay, so they could go. So you guys could go to Indigo and look up my journey with Dr. Sebi. You can actually pre-order the book right now, and you're gonna get a credit in the book. If they do it within what time?
Before it's 15 days left.
15 days left. So come on, y'all, let's make this happen.
So heartfelt.
Did you?
I'm not sales.
So heartfelt.
I'm like
I'll
talking.
take
This is
care
what
of
I
it.
do.
Thank you. There you go. What is it? What is it? Hot?
Make sure y'all go to Indiegogo and check out my journey with Dr. Sebi by Mr.G and put something on it. You're going to go in the book. That's a special privilege right there.
What he said.
You know? So get on that.
How much is it?
Ranges.
So it's different perks. The voice that's behind here doesn't exist. So
Damn.
it's different. It's different perks. If you pre-order the book for $10, you'll get a digital copy. So that's an e-book. If you buy the book or pre-order the book for $25, you'll get a printed book. You can also be an angel supporter, which will be $50. You could buy 2 books. So you would buy 1 book and you would donate the other book to somebody who you feel so you could put their name in it. You can also be a larger supporter if you want to buy 5 books. If you buy 5 books for $100, we're actually giving away a 30-minute, never before seen video of Dr. Sebi.
Okay, dig
So
it.
you'll get that.
Dig it, okay.
I could have said all that.
Well, I'd like to say that we appreciate you
Yes.
definitely for coming through.
Thanks for having me,
Black
bro.
and Nobel pop-up shop.
I hope everything I do is like this. I love this energy.
Well, unfortunately, everything that you do will not be like this because Black and Nobel is one of a kind. But if it doesn't get like this, I hope that it's much better and much bigger, and
I appreciate
that
that.
you get that response that you're looking for. You know, we always want to see you take it to the next level, and with your voice behind the camera, then he knows what he's doing. So it's going to work. It's going to be
Bless it. Hotep. Bless it.
and the good thing is that you did it from love and you didn't expect all of this to happen.
Yes.
After. There's nothing wrong with showing your fruits of your love.
One love.
Thank you very much, everybody.
One.